Please don't take Bible advice from Lo.
To women as like,
I bet he reads the Bible as often as he reads his false religion literature.
Like a subordinate figure or less than in some capacities to men,
read
especially in marriage.
Never seen a woman try and do anything.
Why does he have that?
Like, imagine a girl pick this up. If I pick this up, you ain't fucking with me. I'd have my left hand, I'd still like jab, I'd fucking swing low, take your fucking knee out. You ain't gonna see it coming. What would a woman do? Slap the machete, slap her in the face. One hand, machete, and then backhand. I perfected this in pimp school when I got my...
A lot of people think that he should be protected by the First Amendment, protection of, freedom of speech. However, freedom of speech doesn't apply when you incite violence, which he is doing. He's telling them to slap him and such and all this other stuff. Like, you can't sit here and say, like, oh, he should be protected because freedom of speech. Freedom of speech does that as a protection. It doesn't apply. It doesn't apply when you're inciting violence. That's why they sit here and say, like, you can't stand in the middle of a movie theater and yell out, fire! And there's no fire. You could actually be held accountable for that. See time in jail. That's not protected by your First Amendment speech. And all the dude yelled was, fire! That's it.
PhD, we had to practice if a girl comes at you, you cheated, you cheated. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face.
And to be honest, all you need is a legitimate lawyer, because if you got a good enough lawyer, you will never see a day served in prison if you commit a crime out of duress. That's all I'm going to say there. So if you think that it's okay for you to go out here cheating, even though you know that it's going to have a detrimental effect on somebody's motherfucking mental and emotional. Just saying. That girl get a good enough lawyer. You know what I'm saying? She asked Jesus to help her out. She getting off. She getting off. Because duress is actually something that is looked at as like, okay, well, it's what they consider like a mitigating factor. You are under duress. It's like mental capacity. If you're not in the right state of mind, can you really be held accountable? You better stop cheating on people.
You grip her up
Be done dead somewhere while that person living their life free, ain't in jail or prison.
by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch! Her panties get wet. Machete's on the floor, her panties are all wet. You go, fuck her. That's how it goes. Slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up, bitch, sex.
I feel like majority of his like following has to be like children and immature. Like, look at these niggas over here giggling. Like some little girls. Like, look at this.
These are the basic moves.
Hey, look,
of
he's
pimping.
wrong.
No, he's wrong.
But it's funny, but he's still wrong.
I would not take what he's saying serious. The crazy part about it, these are the I want to be clear as well to the people out there. These are the things that Forbes is
Have you ever beat a woman before?
So then that was the other thing. That there is a clip running around. We can't show it because it's pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
That he slapped a woman and then
He actually did it.
no wait, but then it was later revealed that he said it was a sexual kink thing that they did.
Oh.
And then also she also confirmed that as well.
Oh.
It's something that's been going on
So
for
how the
a while.
fuck did someone get a video of them?
That's also what he says as well. Why would I, as somebody she's trying to hide me being someone who's willing to bop women, would allow somebody to record it while we're sitting here doing it and not know that he's recording me?
But you could tell when you're slapping someone sexually, though. It's not the same thing. Like if I'm choking someone sexually, you could tell when it's a real choke and a sexual choke. They're different types of chokes.
I mean, well, it wasn't like they were in mid-sex. They was like almost. This is what they said.
They in public?
Apparently, no, this is in private as well. This is not
What
public.
the fuck? Okay, whatever.
So that right there also dispels that concept as well. And then here's the last one where it says women should be controlled. You put the imprint on them. You know what I'm saying?
I'll blow up the internet. I'll blow up the internet right fucking now. The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. I don't give a shit. People will sit there and go, oh, you can't say that. Yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been more places, been fucked and dumped more times, more arguments, more heartbreak, more bullshit, more mess for me to clean up. Whereas a 19-year-old might have had one guy from high school, just broke up, she's fresh, and I can fucking put my imprint on her and make her a good person, and without her having to go through all that detriment to...
So, if a woman were to say those same words that she would get with a young dude because she could put her imprint on him, he's been through less vag, less heartbreak, the whole shebang. Many of us wouldn't even view that as like something that's worth romanticizing. And it's because of double standards. And that's why we're in this predicament now, because people are pissy. They're like, why ban Andrew Tate for things that he said, but not in these instances? And the thing is because that is how society is set. Society is a double standard. It's a huge double standard, right? Males kill people all the time. Kill people all the time. They assault people. They rape people all the time. Commit homicides all the time, right? They abandon their children. It's actually pretty common for a guy to be a deadbeat. However, the amount of time that dude will spend in jail or prison for the violent crimes that he's committed, and even the opinions that people have of him as a deadbeat dad, they just be like, oh, he's a deadbeat dad, no good, nigga, da, and they keep it moving. But the punishment for those violent crimes would be pretty minute. So like a man who is convicted of homicide could potentially see 10 plus years in prison, right? We'll say probably like 10 to 20 years, depending on how, severe the situation is. Yet we've seen where women be incarcerated for dang near life for killing someone because it goes against how society views women: docile, nonviolent, nurturers. So when you do something that steps outside of how society views you, they're like, oh, and then the repercussions are extreme. It's like the young girl who was like 15, 16 years old when she had killed her human trafficker, her rapist. You know what I'm saying? Her dude mother freaking stole her, kidnapped her, and was mother freaking causing harm to her, assaulting her, and she killed him. And that girl stayed in jail or in prison for all that time. And I remember that here it is, she a grown woman, and she spent time in jail because she murdered someone who was causing harm to her. But if a dude did it, we've seen it where George Zimmerman killed a black child and he was able to claim self-defense. Now, yes, there's factors that are very different in all these things. One, location and gender, who committed the crime, the time that they did it, and the age and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, guys who inflict harm upon guys, it's passed aside. No repercussions really come from it because it's guys just being guys. But when females do these same things, they're harshly penalized. Even when it comes to offenses that are children related, like truancy. Truancy is a crime that adults will never and can never be penalized for. However, children can, which basically means that you're skipping school. You're not in school when you're supposed to be, right? A boy gets caught skipping school, participating in truancy. And yeah, he may be penalized, but he probably get this suspension or something like that. A girl who is penalized, she goes through the PINS program, and next thing you know, they dragging her through the criminal justice system because they're like, whoa, you got to be a very troubled individual to be out here doing all this extra stuff. So I say all that to say, like, this is society, and we've created it like this. This is why women can put hands on dudes and no one takes it serious, because look how Andrew Tate was sitting here talking about, oh, a female got a machete, and she's, His thought process, what he is saying, I don't know if he really thinks this, but the things that he is saying is how majority society views women. Incapable of causing harm unto a man. Like, some chick coming at you with a machete. You just slap the machete out her hand, slap her. But when a guy gets beat on by a woman because she's actually capable of hurting the dude, and then dude reports it or something, he's made a mockery of, he's made fun of. Why? Because they're like, dude, how are you a man getting beat on by a woman? And here go the double standards. So you can't cry and complain about something that you males created. At least when it comes to the United States of America, the United States of America ain't nothing but a motherfreaking regurgitation of the UK. Our penal system, the names of our streets, everything that we do, we done pulled from Great Britain. I mean, the founding fathers came from over there. They were immigrants, came here and created the United States, right? These niggas created the mess, and now y'all complaining about the double standards. Then change it. Laughing with niggas like this ain't helping you. This is why dudes is getting freaking beat on by females who is capable of beating on dudes, because y'all continue to want to view women as docile, nurturing, kind individuals incapable of violence. And then you got that one woman that's motherfucking falling through the cracks because y'all too blind to see it. You don't want to give recognition where it's due. You don't want to give acknowledgement where it's due. That's why women be out here committing crimes and y'all niggas just don't know anything. Women been doing stuff forever and y'all niggas just don't know anything. A lot of y'all think women cheat more than dudes because y'all idiots get caught all the time. When society has motherfreaking suppressed you to the point where you're like almost always concealed, nigga, you could literally commit crime right up under the noses of niggas. You could literally cheat in a nigga's face without them seeing it. Why? Because they don't expect you to do it anyways. Y'all ain't never heard of that black woman who was motherfreaking, she is known as a jewel thief? If you want people to think otherwise of you more positively, then give them more positive experiences.